It's Varnell, fearpaintball.net, and today we are at Three Rivers Paintball and taking a look at the new Tippmann X7 Phenom. Phenom stands for phenomenal. Alright, anyways. And I mean, they pretty much had it right. This gun is not like any other Tippmann on the market. You can't compare it to X7s, A5s, 98s, anything. This gun has spool valve technology in it, and that increases air efficiency, increases accuracy, lowers the recoil on the gun. This Tippmann doesn't feel like a Tippmann. It looks like a Tippmann, but doesn't shoot like a Tippmann. Unless you actually shoot one, you won't understand what I'm saying, but if you shoot one, you'll instantly know what I'm talking about. This thing is just crazy for a Tippmann. They did it right. Let's break it down. A lot of the stuff I have on here is custom. This is not obviously what it's going to look like when I get it. I have the Lapco assault barrel on it, Tiberius riser, EOTech sight, the straight mag pull angled foregrip, some Rufus Dog Hue grips, folding stock. So yeah, this thing's definitely pimped out. But let's look at some of the features. Of course, it comes stock with the metal trigger instead of plastic. Some people like it, some people don't. The next thing bumping up is the external selector switch, and actually safety shuts the board off. It's like doesn't drain any battery. One click up takes to semi-auto mechanical. So when you got it in mechanical, it's semi-auto, but it's not using the board that's in the gun. There's not using any battery or anything. One more click down, it's safety full auto. 2 shots, hold the trigger down, it's in full auto. That's using obviously the board and the 9-volt that's in here. The cool thing about this is you could be on the field, you know, laying your paint in full auto and your battery dies. Previously what you had to do was go off the field, change your battery, whatever, ruins the game for you. But with the Phenom, just click it down to semi-auto, shuts the board off, and you can still keep playing, finish the game, change batteries once you get back to the staging area, not have to worry about it. This is the second gun to ever have to do that. AGD had a gun called the E-Mag. They used to do that a couple years back. They no longer make it, but it's still readily available for purchase. So definitely check out the AGD E-Mag or the Tippmann X7 Phenom, as I mean, it's hit or miss. I've never ran out of battery life, but it's good to know that if you ever do, you're not out of the game. So that's that. And like I said before, when you put it back down to safety, shuts the board off, saves your battery. No more having to get a little tool and push the button in the hole to turn your board on, all that, like in X7s and all that previously. I like that feature on the Phenom. Flipping the gun over, easy access velocity adjuster right on the back. You just stick an Allen key in there, move it up and down. They got a nice plus and a minus, so you don't have to guess which direction to go when you're adjusting this. The flex valve, of course, is in here. You can't necessarily see it, but it operates at 300 psi, which is just ridiculous for Tippmann guns. They normally shoot at like 800 psi, which is a lot. So you're like doubling the amount of shots you can get by using the Phenom. Just awesome. Shoots and feels, you know, acts with like sturdy feel when it's shouldered. Feels like a Tippmann, but when you pull the trigger, it's like you're shooting, you know, high-end speedball gun. Not necessarily like a Die or an Ego, but maybe like a Mini or a PMR or something like that. It does not feel like a Tippmann, but you won't know what I'm talking about until you actually shoot one yourself. So definitely, if you ever get the chance to try out a Phenom, even if you've never previously been a Tippmann fan, try out the Phenom, because it might just change you. But that's enough rambling about, you know, the looks of it. I'm sure what you guys really want to know is how does it shoot. So let's take a quick break, bump down to the chrono range, and shoot a target and semi and full auto and see what this gun can actually do. So we'll be right back. Alright guys, this is Varnell, and we're still with the Tippmann X7 Phenom at the chrono range of Three Rivers Paintball. We currently have the stock barrel in the Phenom. It's 9.5 inches, and they call it stone honed. So we're just going to test it out in semi and see what it does. I'll be shooting at the same target as I did with the 9.1 video. So you ready? Go. shooting higher up in the head so you can see different from the paint. So, as you see, the stock barrel is pretty good for a stock barrel. It's definitely a lot better than the stock barrel that was coming on the X7s and the A5s. I mean, the first thing you got that gun, you had to pretty much switch the barrel out. But actually, I've used this barrel a little bit, and it's pretty good for a stock barrel. If you can't afford a barrel right off the bat, this will get the job done for a little while. But I've actually already upgraded this barrel to the 10-inch Lapco assault barrel and 690 bore, and it is right here. I'm going to stick this in the gun now and shoot the same place just to see if we can tell a difference at this range. I mean, this is only about 50 feet away, so I don't know if we're going to be able to tell a difference from this distance, but let me know when you're ready.
Go.
Helps if I take it off safety. Alright, so you can tell a little bit that even at this range, the Lapco helps a good deal. I mean, I was sitting center mass of that head pretty consistently. So definitely for 55, 60 bucks, Lapco Assault is definitely a good upgrade for the Phenom, and it looks killer too. Loudness wise, it doesn't really quiet the barrel, but it doesn't make it any louder. But along the same lines of loudness, I don't know if you could tell off the video or not, but the Phenom sounds completely different than any other Tippmann 2. It just makes that unique popping noise that only comes from a spool valve gun, and it just shoots so smooth too. But I'm going to put some more paint in the hopper, click it down in full auto, let this baby open, and see what it can do then. So we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're going to be testing the Lapco barrel on full auto now. Again, it's 2 clicks, you hold the trigger down full auto. I'm going to be shooting at that shield looking thing with a couple shots on it already, so let me know when you're ready.
Go. And we're going over.
So, when we started this, we had about 800-ish PSI, and we're down to about 100 or so. The gun can no longer fire, but I mean, this is good that we did it so low, because you could see at even 800 PSI in your tank, there's maybe 20 balls in there, so I fired roughly 180 paintballs in that type of a group with only 800 PSI in the tank, using maybe 500, 600-ish PSI, and it shot the paint up till almost the point of the tank being empty very, very consistently. And even at this low of air, it was still shooting, just maybe not as good of a grouping and a range as it was, but it's still shooting really good for having virtually no air in the tank. All in all, everybody in Fear is highly, highly impressed with what Tippmann did with the Phenom. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there that this is the best Tippmann gun ever made. Looks killer, fires killer, performs killer, and if you take care of it, it'll take care of you and last you a lifetime. So definitely, if you're looking for a new milsim gun and you like the way the Tippmanns previously looked, don't look at the X7s anymore with the new lower price tag or whatever. The Phenom is worth the extra money. Go the Phenom. If you're getting a Tippmann, go with the Phenom. You won't be disappointed. This is Varnell, fearpaintball.net. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the field.